Hello, children. Very good morning. Today we are going to start with a very new chapter, quality. Now, today I'm not going to do any analysis of this chapter, but I'm going to tell you a story about a German shoemaker. Now, this story is about the Gessler brother, who were the finest shoemaker of the German industry. They owned a shop in the stylish part of the London. The shop was very simple but was as peaceful as church. The narrator knew the younger of the two brothers because he had made his father's boot. The Gessler brother made boots only on order. The boots crafted by the younger brothers were the pieces of art, as they lasted very, very long. Once the narrator told him how one of the boots made by him made a creaking sound. The young Gessler brother asked the narrator to bring it back and promised to return the money if he had that he had charged if he had failed to repair them. He was very honest and hard-working shoemaker who cared about the smallest details in the boots he crafted. That is why, children, he could easily spot the problem in the pair of boots that is the narrator had bought from a big company. But this Gessler brother, on the other hand, got very angry. He got very upset. Why? Because the big company charged a lot of money for the poor quality of boots. He was also upset about the big company spending a lot of money only for advertisement and not through quality work. They only show what is not true. So he was very upset taking this. And the narrator too feel bad seeing the upsetness of the shoemaker. Now, seeing this shoemaker so sorrowful, the narrator here decides and orders several pairs of boots from the shoemaker. The boots were so well made that the narrator did not find the need at all to get more of shoot for a longer time. He did not get the need to visit the shoemaker's shop for a long time again. Why? Because the shoes crafted by the Gessler's brother were so good, were so perfect and so finished, children, that they lasted nearly for 2 years. But today, if we get any quality of shoes from a very big shop too, it hardly lasts for 6 or 1 year if we use it on daily basis for a wear and tear. But these Gessler's brothers shoes were very finely and handcrafted. Now, after 2 years, the narrator visited the shop of the shoemaker, and there he meets the older brother. So previously, whom did he make the shoes from? He made the shoes from the younger brother, and now when he visits the shop after 2 years, he visits the older brother, the elder brother of the Gessler, and he inquires about his younger brother. He says, "Where is your younger brother, Mr. Gessler?" The shoemaker revealed that he was only the younger brother and his older brother had died. The Gessler says that I am the younger one and my brother has already died, sir. So the narrator was really shocked because because the younger brother had grown so old in such a short span of time. He has almost lost his youth. The narrator was very shocked to see that. But however, he ordered several pairs of boots again because he was sure for the quality of work the Gessler brothers give. He received the parcel and the shoes after a very long time, but their quality was better than ever and they lasted very long. The narrator was very happy with the product he received. Soon after, the narrator went abroad for some work and he returned after a year later. Now, after he returned from abroad, first thing he went to the London to visit the shoemaker's shop, and he realized that the shoemaker looked 15 years older and was very, very weak. He thought this narrator's age is getting double day by day. He's getting weak and he's getting old. But the narrator had come here to place an order. So he placed an order for several pairs of boots once again. He received the parcel of the boots after a very long time. But on receiving the boot, he was very excited because he knew they would all be very good quality. So he excitedly tried all the pairs and found that each pair fits perfectly to him. The narrator was very happy and he immediately posted a check for the shoemaker. Then a week passed by, and a week later, the narrator visited the shop to convey his gratitude to the shoemaker, to convey his regard to the shoemaker. But to his surprise, the name of the shop was changed. Plus, inside, he met a different young Englishman in spite of the old German shoemaker whom he visits always. The young man said the narrator that Mr. Gessler died of starvation. The narrator was very sad to hear this. The man spoke up, seeing the narrator's upset and sadness and the sorrowful mood, that how the shoemaker, that is the Mr. Gessler, worked really hard to complete the few orders he had received due to the increased competition. He was so particular about his craft that he did not allow anyone else to help him. He did it all alone with his own hand, and he was never dependent on machines. All his shoes were purely handcrafted, and he used the finest leather for his work. But delays in delivery also led in the loss of customers. Despite using the best leather to make the boots perfect, he had no money at all. He spent his money on leather and rent, and he dedicated his whole life to his art. Now, you see, children, that's all the story is about. This story was about a young Gessler shoemaker who was really proud of his art, who was an artistic person for his handcrafted shoes. Though he was very perfect in his work, he was not able to earn enough because he did not advertise, or he did not made fake promises like the big companies do and sell their boots. Instead, he worked on every shoe with his hand, used the finest qualities of leather, and charged a very minimum amount. And because he did not take anyone's help to make shoes, he got weaker day by day and older day by day, and finally he died out of starvation. Now, this narrator used to buy shoes from his dad's time, and he felt very bad hearing about the death of Mr. Gessler's death. Now, I want you all to read the story, the whole chapter by your own once again. Now, the story in your book is in a little different language, not different language, but the words are different, but the pronunciations are same. So don't get confused with anything. Just read the story and try to go with the flow and enjoy it. If you don't understand any word or any meaning of it, do ping me in personal and I'll explain you. Okay, that's all for today, children. Thank you.